This is chapter 8, lesson number 3, functions and equations. In this lesson, we will learn how to, to find the rule of the function, exactly like the lesson of lesson number 2. And also, we are going to discover whether the function is linear or not. What does it mean linear? A linear function is a function whose graph is a line. So if the graph of the function is a line, we call it linear function. We will also learn how to graph. We will remember because we have learned all of these stuff before. How can we write an equation to represent a function? Of course, to write an equation, you need the relation between input and output, like I said before, position and value. So input x is like the position and output y, it's like the value. And you need to relate what is happening from 1 to 9, from 2 to 18, from 3 to 27, from 4 to 36, from 5 to 45. But the rule you are going to discover must work for all, must work for all. So we discovered that it's multiplied by 9. So you can say that if you want to find y, so this will be x multiplied by 9, means the function y equals 9x, like is mentioned here. See how easy? Just try to discover what's happening from x to y. Like this problem, problem A, write an equation to represent the function shown in the table. Means we need to discover what's happening for the input to be the output. How come x becomes y? X becomes y. So from 1 to 16, we multiplied by 16, here multiply 16, multiply 16, multiply 16, multiply 16. So all of it is multiply 16. You need to be sure that it works for all. So y equals the value of x multiplied by 16. Or you can say y equals 16x. Now, let's remember how to graph. We used to write any point as x and y input and output. And we will take this point and we will plot on the coordinate system the x-axis and the y-axis. And we will check whether it is a linear, means it forms a line or not. Let's take an example. Let's take a look at this example, y equals 2x. What does it mean y equals 2x? Means the value of x will be multiplied by 2 to get the value of y. Like this, if I say that x is 0, 1, 2, for example, sometimes you need to put numbers from your mind. So if you are going to put numbers from your mind, take it 0, 1, 2, like the book 0, 1, 2. So what does mean 2x? 2 times 0 will give you the y value as 0. 2 times 1 will give you 2. 2 times 2 will give you 4. So the order here is 0 and 0, then 1 and 2, then 2 and 4. You go for the coordinate system and you plot 0 and 0, 1 and 2, 2 and 4. Then you discover that it's really let's solve problem B. Here we will solve the problem, and here we will put the graph. Y equals x plus 1. So I'm gonna make a table for x and y, but I will make it more simpler table than the table they did. So here is the value of the x, and here is the value of the y. No numbers is mentioned, so it's better to take 0, 1, 2. So here I will write the 0, here I will write the 1, and here I will write the 2. So x is 0, 1, 2, and let's see the y. Of course, we are replacing in the place of x. So if you put here 0, what is 0 plus 1? Yes, it's 1. Now take the 1. If you put here 1, what is 1 plus 1? Yes, it is 2. Take the 2, put it here. What is 2 plus 1? Yes, it is 3. So we have ordered pairs like 0 and 1, like 1 and 2, like 2 and 3. Now let's plot on the graph. From 0, we start from the x, of course, going up to the y. From 0 up to 1. From 1 up to 2. And from 2 up to 3. And then we will draw a line, straight line, starting from 1, going up. And you should extend the line, and you make an arrow like this one. Now let's graph problem C. I'll solve C here, and then I will graph it here. Also, I will make a table. A table for x and y. In this time, I will show my calculations. So here is the x, and the final answer is the y. And here is what is happening, the operation. This is called the operation or the function rule, like the last lesson, 3x plus 2. So if we say that x is 0 or 2, replace 0, so this is 3 multiplied by 0 plus 2. This will give you 2. Replace x as 1, so 3 multiplied by 1 plus 2. This will give you 5. Replace x as 2, so this will be 3 multiplied by 2, then plus 2, and this will give you 3 times 2, 6 plus 2, 8. Now we have 3 ordered pairs, 0 and 2. We have 0 and 2. We have 1 and 5. We have also 2 and 8. And let's plot them on the coordinate system, 0 up to 2, 1 up to 5. We couldn't reach 2 and 8, so no problem, because anyways we are going to extend the line, so no need to graph it. It is line already, so we can take it from here and we extend the line this way. Don't forget to make an arrow, means there are other numbers can bring other values. This arrow or this arrow means there are other numbers can bring other values, because no numbers are determined at the beginning. So in this example, Martino constructed the graph shown, which shows the height of his cactus after several years of growth. Make a function table for the input-output value. Very easy, just take this point, it's 1 and 42. So you put 1 in the input, which is x, and 42 in the output, which is y. We have also this point, which is 2 and 44. So you put 2 in the x, 44 in the y. We have also the third point is 3 and 46. So you put 3 in the x and 46 in the y. This is how to make a table for the function. Now in problem number 4, write an equation from the graph that could be used to find the height y of the cactus after x years. So our mission now is to discover how come 1 becomes 42 and 2 becomes 44 and 3 becomes 46 and so on. How come? So as I told you before, an easy method to discover, first you will check the differences here. Differences is adding 2, as you can see. This adding 2 will be the number that will be multiplied by x. Means you are going to say y equals 2x at the beginning. Then try to discover now, is it plus or minus? So if I multiply here 2 times 1, 2 times 1 is 2. What is left to be 42? We need to add 40. Now let's check whether this is an accurate rule or not. I multiply here by 2, it's 4 plus 40, 44. Multiply by 2, 6 plus 40, 46. Yes, so this is an accurate rule. So to discover this number in front of x, the number should be multiplied by x, is always the differences here. If you look at the differences, you will know what number in front of x, then you will know what number will be added or subtracted. Moving on. In problem D, the graph shows the total amount y that you spend if you buy 1 book and X magazines. Make a function table for the input-output values. Write an equation from the graph that could be used to find the total amount y if you buy 1 book and X magazines. So this is 1 and 20. The second point is 2 and 25. The third point is 3 and 30. The fourth point is 4 and 35. Now our mission is to form a function, form a rule, means how come 1 becomes 20, 2 becomes 25, 3 becomes 30, 4 becomes 35. I told you an easy method, check the differences. Differences, we are adding 5, as you can see. So this number, the 5, will be multiplied by the x, as I told you. So y equals 5x. Then we check what number should we add. Let's go here. 5 times 1 is 5, plus what will give you 20? It's plus 15. Now let's check if it works for all. Let's take the 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 15, 25. Yes, it works. 5 multiplied by 3, 15 plus 15, 30. It works. 5 times 4, 20. 20 plus 15, 35. So it works. Moving on. We have problem 1, 2, and 3 to solve in the independent practice. Problem number 1, write an equation to represent the function shown in the table. How come 0 becomes 0, 1 becomes 4, 2 becomes 8, 3 becomes 12, and 4 becomes 16. So it's multiplied by 4. So simply y equals 4x. Graph the function y equal x plus 1. So we will make our table. The values for x and y, as you know, 0, 1, 2, don't forget. So this is the x, this is the y, x is 0, 1, 2. And now the function says x plus 3. So just add 3, add 3, add 3, then plot the points 0 up to 3, 1 up to 4, and 2 up to 5. Don't forget to make the line and extend this line and make an arrow. Now problem number 3. The graph below shows the number of inches of rainfall, x equivalent to inches of snow, y. Make a function table for the input-output values. Write an equation from the graph that you can be used to find the total inches of the snow, y equivalent to inches of rain, x. So we need first to make a table to complete the table. After we complete the table, we write an equation. So make a table, then write an equation. This is the table, as you can see. So 1 and 10. Second point, 2 and 20. Third point is 3 and 30. Fourth point is 4 and 40. How come 1 becomes 10, 2 becomes 20, 3 becomes 30, 4 becomes 40? Very easy, y equals 10x. 10 times 1 is 10, times 2 is 20, 10 times 3 is 30, 10 times 4 40. That's it for our lesson for today. If you have a question, you can write it down in comments.